What's really good? What's really? I feel like rapping, but it's not the time to rap
Shit,
today.
dude, we got this program on lock now, right? we getting good at it.
It sounds clearer. This is 20 Talk. This is your boy Earn B.
Yo, this your boy King Karim.
Yo, listen to me, people. I apologize. Our boy Andre couldn't be here, so he said after he did watching some movies, he fell asleep.
Yeah.
So we'll find out what kind of movies he was watching.
Mm-hmm.
Not too sure if it was, or it's just a regular movie. He knows we're gonna trash him, right?
Yeah,
Like if
yeah. When he don't show, he gets trashed.
He gets trashed. Period.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah, but that's our boy though. You know what I mean? He definitely when he's here, he give us good information.
Yeah, he said something about Cherokee Diaz, and then he said he fell asleep.
And then we didn't hear back from him for like 10 days. Yeah.
10 power days, right? Vacationing, so he says.
Yeah, he was vacationing. We got to hear his story when he get back.
Exactly.
Yo, we got the big holiday coming up.
Yeah, holiday season is coming.
Holiday.
Everybody's focused on White Friday.
White Friday.
Might as well call it White Friday
Call
now,
it
right?
COVID Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't
Wow.
think about that at all.
Yeah, you could have
Sheesh.
30 people at your funeral, but you're only allowed to have 6 people at your Thanksgiving.
Wow. Or you're only allowed to have 5,000 people in the store to buy the stuff.
Oh man.
They're probably going to do it. It's going to be awful, though, regardless, right? You're going to have to be like, well, how many people gets to bum rush the store? Because we can't do the combination no more that we used to do. You know, so family's going to be like, well, you go first, you throw a blow, and then little girl, you flip it, you go get that TV. Do your best to put it on your back.
Well, they kind of like limited things. They're doing it a little bit better. Like how they do the Xbox and the PS5. Like you couldn't line up in the store and get it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You had to only try your luck online.
I'd have done it online anyway.
Yeah, you can only, they didn't even release it to be sold in stores in that way.
Yo.
You had to buy it online and go pick it up.
I'm so happy I'm not a gamer. Because when I like something, I'll overdo it, right? If I was a gamer, I would have been like, I need you to open the door now. I got cash. I'm not even trying to hear the bullshit today. Like, that's me, though, if I like something like that. You know what I mean? But, man, like, some people got their games, and some people got their their money stolen on the internet. Do not always go shop on the internet.
People buying the empty box.
Empty boxes or boxes with just old stuff in it. Like some dude got like an old PlayStation 2.
Thinking they sold it as a PlayStation 5.
And then dude stopped him though. He stopped him. This one guy stopped him, opened the box, and said, yo, look what he tried to sell me, fam. Look at this guy, yo. And he said, no, he said, what you mean, nah? And he kicked the box. I don't know what happened next.
I saw the video, yeah.
Could have been a hood dude who said, yo, that's the wrong mistake.
People get killed over stuff like that,
Absolutely.
man.
How much is it?
$4.99?
Bro. Somebody gonna be fighting. Unless you just say, give my money, pay your money, I walk away. But if you cash app the shit already.
Wrap. Done.
Like really? So you have a new box, right? You have to find out and make sure it's a PlayStation 5, right?
Yo.
You have to make sure, well, before I cash app anything, I have to open this box. You understand, right? So the guy's probably like, nah, I'm good. It's because you're going to ruin the box.
You're going to ruin the box. Yeah.
You're going to ruin this box. So I can't do that right now. However, give me half now. Open the box and give me half later.
Nah, I wouldn't even do that, bro.
You can't
even do that, man.
So what do you do, though?
You do nothing, bro. You just wait and get it online, bro.
PlayStation.com, right?
PlayStation.com. That's it, man.
You don't understand, man.
People selling them they flipping it for 3 times, like $2,000.
Really?
Flipping it for $2,000, bro.
That's
you want a PS5 right now, you can get one for $2,000.
I should have bought one then.
And buy and sell. Buy and sell.
I didn't think about that. It's like vintage sneakers now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The flip game. That's what it is.
And people don't even wear their sneakers still.
They don't. You can wear them and sell them.
Still.
No
way.
And make your money back.
But it got to be mint condition, though.
Nah, bro. People buy them.
Sneakers?
They'll buy them. You can wear them. If it's some ones, especially if some ones, some Yeezys, you'll wear them shits and sell them back and still make your money back.
Yo, that's madness, yo.
That's madness. This holiday is gonna be crazy.
Oh my God, yo. Well, that hurts. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just glad I'm not a gamer, man, because I would be pissed if I opened the box and I'm over here like, yo, I found out PlayStation's only $289. The 5 year. Like, you sure? Trust me, I'm a gamer. I know these things, right? Internet, and you get a PlayStation 2, you get some chocolate chips,
And a
You-
brick.
and a,
A brick.
and a brick that says,
Gotcha.
ha ha.
Gotcha.
I know your heart's broken now. Like, I'm good, bro. But all in due time, I'll get one. I always tell you that. I know you're like, yeah, this nigga always gonna say that.
You're
But
gonna- eventually, yeah.
Eventually, I will.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell myself short for this.
Xbox, I heard it's the first one I should get. You told me that.
I got it.
Told me that. Oh, you got it already.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that one's beautiful. I turned around slowly. It went. Ah,
Now we here though, man. We here.
You were here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all about that the next show. I gotta
Yeah.
wait for my boy Dre.
Yeah, we gotta wait
Yeah,
for
you're
Dre,
gonna
man.
get the whole review
when he wakes up, man.
when he wakes up.
But let's get to a serious let's get a serious talk right now. Let me ask you something. So R. Kelly, right?
Yeah,
He's going through it.
he back on Spotify.
Yeah, he's back on Spotify, which is whatever though. You know, it is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. Because we always say R. Kelly, the artist.
Yeah,
That's the music, right?
I appreciate that.
Right. You because we're at that age,
Yeah.
you know, where we was growing up on R. Kelly. So his music is back on Spotify, right? People should say, yeah, his music gets suspended. But let me ask you this. Should somebody's music get suspended about lying about sexual assault?
Yo, that's the thing nowadays. All you need to do is suspect or allege, and you're in the gutter, bro.
Bro.
Suspect or allege.
You remember the group Total? There's no way you can't
Of course.
not remember the group Total. Oh, man, all of them. Beautiful women, right? So, come to find out, Pam Long, she was married to Jamie Long. Pam Long of Total, right? She lied about getting sexually assaulted by her husband. Well, by her then husband, Jamie Long. And Jamie Long is from the group Pretty Ricky. If you remember Pretty
Yeah.
Ricky. So,
Go ahead, just say it.
shit's fucked up, man. That shit is that's still the worst thing a black woman could do, in my opinion, is put a black man in jail or in prison when it's not true.
But I mean, it don't get black, white. It don't matter. To just lie and get somebody that could end somebody.
Bro, I've heard this before from black women. I've heard black women say the worst thing that I would. There's one thing I would never do. This girl I dated, she said the one thing I would never do, is put a black man in prison. Unless the situation is, if it's severe, if it's bad, it's bad, right? If
Bad
it's
is-
bad,
bad
you
is
gotta-
bad.
Yeah, you got to go to prison, dog. Like you did A, B, and C, whatever it was. She's like, nah, your ass got to go to prison. But if you're arguing with your spouse or your ex, you're arguing, right? You're just screaming. There's some people who go to prison just for that, or go to jail for a day just for that. You know what I mean? It happens.
You know, in these situations that whole there's three sides to every story.
Right.
It don't.
Right.
That shit goes out the damn window, bro.
Right.
Because it don't matter your side of the story in that situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? You no matter how good you are, no matter what you could have been the Barack Obama.
Right.
The minute that suspect or that alleged comes out,
Right.
it's a wrap.
Absolutely.
Done.
Absolutely. And it's happened to Nick Anderson, former player of the Magics, Orlando Magic back in the day. And you would have to look it up, man, because it's so old now. Man, he was balling, bro. I mean,
Done.
tears.
Finish.
Tears. Because the lady lied. It was like 97, I think, 96, something like that. She lied. Dude was balling. Like, yo, of all things you can say about somebody, look, liar, okay, I think we all lied, cheater, not everybody, but okay. Sexual assaulter, and it's not true, there's a point you got to say, yo, what else has she lied about? There has to be the point now.
How much other people does she lie about? How much other people, not just what?
So you backtrack,
Yeah.
right? It's
You
like
got-
losing
yo.
a case. Losing one of those cases where you put out evidence that wasn't supposed to be there or fraud, and now they got to be like, we got to backtrack all of her cases now. Because
We locked up 10 people.
we locked 10 people
We locked up 10 people.
because this is what you had.
But that's the story, man. That's like an ongoing story, man. We talk about that's like your parents, are telling you, like, hey, you got too much going on. Be careful of these people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like, you hear it, like, oh, you got Zion when he was in college, and the girl, like he was in some girl's Instagram on her DM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had it
Yeah.
like, yo, I mean, like, yo, like, everybody looked at him like, yo, you wildin', bro.
Right. Right. I forgot what he
Yeah.
did. I forgot what it was. But
And she even blasted him. She's like, yo, look, I got Zion on my DM. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh,
Yo,
just regular DMing.
Yeah,
Just say, hey,
yeah.
what's good? Like, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, but she
wanted to be popular.
Yeah, but see, now you can't even do that. He can't even be himself.
Nope.
Because if it was, luckily it was her and not Pam Long, who would have said, yo, he was, yo.
Not only went in my DM,
Not only went in my DM.
he showed me something I was not supposed to see.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
toes.
His
It's like, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, he didn't show me his toes. I apologize.
Yeah,
It's like, come on, man. But look, at the end of the day, I don't know if everybody knows, Jamie Long's new wife is Centoya Brown. Centoya Brown was the one who was locked up for 15 years in Tennessee. She was sexually assaulted, by the white guy who claimed that he was wanted to take care of her.
Yeah.
Brought her to her home when she was like 13, 14 years old. You understand? 13, 14, and she was sexually assaulted. God bless her now. She's out. She's out. She's been out for about close to 2 years now, I believe. God is great. Don't get it twisted. God is great. But she went through a whole ordeal. And now for her to hear that about her husband now,
her current husband.
For a year, for her Pam Long to finally say last week, what's today? November 23rd. Last week, for her to say, I lied.
So how about, so do you think it's like, is she just bitter about his newfound happiness?
Yes. Dude.
And so in 2019,
that's
she was
not bitter enough?
So in 2019, she was mad that her husband found love and he's happy.
Right.
And she just like, you know what? Let me throw as much dirt as I can, or make up as much dirt as I can.
Make up. I like that makeup better. Like, it's got to be to a point, man. In any relationship, man.
So far he hasn't responded, and Centoya Brown hasn't responded.
No, they didn't respond at all. They talked about it, but he says he's not going to respond. But peep this, though. In any relationship, right, if it goes bad, there's got to be a point in your mind you have to say, look, I'm bitter, I'm salty, this is not happening, right? And it's cool. We get it.
People got feelings.
But both sides will have a life afterwards. A regular old life, And for you to say, like, yo, he sexually assaulted me, pinned me down, and then a year later to say, it never happened, I'm so sorry, like when will that stop?
There's like man bashing,
Uh-huh.
and then there's like, that's like the whole different like conversation. Like
That's
yeah,
like
you could say
life-threatening almost.
Life threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could say, oh yeah, Ern ain't shit. He cheated on me. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Oh, he's whack or whatever the case may
I've
be.
never whacked, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm playing,
yeah.
I'm playing.
That's man
Yeah.
bashing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what I mean? But now to say my ex sexually assaulted me, like, where do you draw the line on that?
For a good year, bro.
For a whole year, it was out there.
A year to say that? A
You
year?
know, so you know what?
366 days?
I've made peace with myself. It's not true.
Yeah, you know what? I'm good.
I'm
nah,
good.
He didn't do it.
Yeah.
I was just going through it.
I was going through it, and
met somebody new. Like, oh my God, yeah.
I don't have what he has. I don't know what the situation is.
It's a total bullshit, yo. Totally bogus. Totally fucked up, man. And you know what? It goes to the whole group overall, because you never know how everybody's feeling right now. They might be like, yo, I don't feel like listening to this music right now for 6 months.
Oh, you
for a
think
year.
they're not gonna take off Spotify for that?
I mean, should they?
Should they? Yeah.
Should they? Did he be upset? Did he be like, yo, Pam, I need to talk to you. You're like,
Yeah.
they literally took us off Spotify because of that disgusting lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This just got to be a point where you have to say, yo, black man, for a woman to say, black man, I would never do that, though. Like, look, we go through things, but that, I would never lie to you on that to put you in prison. That's prison time. It's happened before.
You put your whole company, like you represent Bad Boy, you represent Diddy, you represent
Till this day.
You represent a point of time of 90s hip hop and R&B,
Right.
into the 2000s, and
People loved you.
like, yo,
Till this day.
Till this day.
So what do you do?
So like, do you still consider her an artist, or you consider her a liar? No, can you still listen to her music? And
No,
and you
I can't.
You can't listen to her music?
Nope. I can't, yo. I can't comfortably be like, because it's going to be in the back of my mind. Like, look at R. Kelly.
Hey,
Look at R. Kelly. If that's the case, right?
if that's the case,
If you're saying, okay, cool, he did it, whatever, and then you throw him out there, what about her? Do you just say,
does
you
she
know
get
what,
a
fam?
does she get a pass?
Do you give her a pass, though? I mean, if you slide one day and then the next day you said, my bad, yeah, I was bugging. Okay, whew, that was a day, but cool. But then that's still messed up, but that was a day. She cleaned it up a day later. You know, like the newspapers, when they got to retract something quick, they're like, oop, day later, up, my bad, dog. But this right here, a full year,
A year. My boy is tight.
and he's saying, nah, I ain't even going to say nothing about it because I know it's not true. My wife is here. She knows me. My now wife, we're good. He supported her when she was in prison, bro. It's like there's no, man.
Let's like
It's
this.
just- it
We want to
hurts.
hear what you think. You guys hit us up.
Hit me up on Facebook, Ernst Chadway, ERNST Chadway.
Yeah, leave those comments. You know what I mean, we're gonna have the IG page up. You know, we got a lot to talk about. You know what I mean, and we want to know what you guys think. You know what I mean, this is King Karim.
Man, this your boy Ern B. Kind of pissed off. Back here, 20 Talk. This is Ern B.
It's your boy King Karim.
So we're looking into holiday watches. And I'm not talking about watches as in wristwatches. I'm talking about what are we going to watch on the holiday? You know, Netflix, Prime, what's going on? But one thing that is going on is that Netflix is just going to get richer.
Netflix is it might not look like a lot, but in the world value,
In the world.
like Netflix. Yeah, if you're not a stock owner,
Right.
if they're not an IPO yet,
Yeah.
we need to get on it.
They got to be an IPO by now. There's
Oh,
no way
man.
it's not. There's no way it's not. See, I might have to look it up and find out, but Netflix is definitely an IPO.
So we're just talking about, like, we got so many networks right now. We got Prime, we got HBO Max,
Right.
we got Hulu, we got what else we got? We got Stars.
Stars. Well, Stars goes with DirecTV and all of them. They're pretty much together for
We
the
can get them
most part.
separate now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know who's gonna get Stars separately?
I don't know, but like,
But yeah, people do though. I ain't gonna lie, people do.
it's just so
Somebody
much,
that-
so
a lot
much
of
to
people do.
so many networks out there. But Netflix still has the nerve to raise their price.
Yeah. So right now, Netflix is raising their prices from the standard and the premium is going to be $1
And
and a
$2.
$2 increase. And how much did they make last year?
Yeah.
I love that number. Say it again. Say it again.
Say it again. So, like, to us, it's only $1. We can
Right.
afford it.
Right.
It's only $2. We can afford it.
Right. But the world said in
The
a
world
year.
said they made $2.8 billion in the last 12 months.
Oh, if I can explain the joy I'm feeling.
$2.8 billion.
Oh,
And
yo,
they still got the nerve to raise their price.
that's joy in their world. Like the owner or whoever got stocks in it and the IPO is there. Definitely got an IPO. To get in there, you got to start at $10,000. This is as of August. This was in August 15th, 2020. So if you have $10,000 worth of stock in the IPO in Netflix, man, you're living life. Like you're retired.
So when do you draw the line? When do you say, you know what, I'm boycotting Netflix. They keep raising their price.
You know what? When COVID stops.
When COVID stops.
When they say you're back in the
So
movie.
that's kind of crazy. They're
Yeah.
like blackballing us. They know
Yeah.
COVID's there.
Absolutely.
You're like, yo, we could raise the price. They ain't going nowhere. They're gonna have to they have to pay us. They have to pay us.
Well, in their defense, you have to understand they're giving these great actors, these great directors, these great producers some top dollar to say, yo, make a movie here. So we could go in our living room.
Oh, let's start
and
the
watch
argument
this,
now. But
right?
the-
Okay, here we go.
How
I
about
knew it was coming.
How about this?
Uh-huh.
They buy they have a whole foreign movie lineup. You think
Absolutely.
you think they're getting top dollar for those movies? They're buying those bottom. Yo, okay, we'll take your
Wow,
movie.
you can't say that because these dudes. So, like, let's say Bollywood, for example, right? There's an actor who's like the biggest actor in the world that we don't know in
No.
the United
Yeah.
States. Like, people in the United States do this. I'll say probably 3%, maybe
It's
a little bit more.
It's a buy and sell. It's like
Right.
Netflix goes to Alibaba. They
Right.
buy 30 movies
Right.
at $20 a pop.
Right.
Jack up our price.
Comes to the U.S.
Comes to the U.S.
and make their money.
Make their money.
Right.
By jacking up our price.
Yeah, it's like making iPhones. So they make iPhones overseas. What is it, China, I believe?
Same
Same
story.
situation. $12 over here, but it's $1,000 over here when you sell it.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, unfortunately and fortunately, right? I guess the situation is the situation right now. So Netflix is winning. You know, Prime
You know who needs to
is
start
doing really
winning?
well.
We need to get the bootleggers back out here.
Bro, the bootleggers are here. Leave my bootleggers
We
alone,
need to get them
fam.
back because
They're here. They're here. You got to find it. If you can't find it, that's on you. I don't even know why you asked that because you know better. You know better, man. They're there. The movies are still coming in for free for the most part. They're not coming in as clear. That's why you want the legendary bootleggers.
I want the 4K bootleggers. Yeah,
You want that one guy to be like, I remember in 01, I had it all. I used to go in the theater, put the thing right on my head, and just film. You know what I mean? And never moved for an hour and 58 minutes.
Yeah, he had the camera in his hat.
Like, how did you do that?
His fitted hat, his fitted cap had the camera built in.
Yo. That's why Yankees hat was so famous. Just kidding, New York Yankees. But man, like right now, you can't get mad at what Netflix doing. You can't. We think about it like this: where is our money going?
This is
that
like-
hold on. Don't do that. Where is our money going that we spend out going out with either the wife or the date or the kids to the movies once or twice a week or once every 2 weeks? That's a total of probably $50.
I see it like this. Right?
I love that. He got a rebuttal, y'all.
Yeah, I see it like this. I see it like you're sick
Okay.
and you need treatment.
Okay.
So the pharmacy could charge whatever the hell they want for the medication
Okay.
because you're sick.
Okay. Which is that's what they do, right?
You have no choice.
Right? Unless you got Medicaid, Medicare, whatever. Yeah.
You know, so and that's not fair.
What's not fair?
You know, what's changed in the service that they're raising it $2? What are they giving you more?
What are they giving you more?
Yeah.
They're giving you probably another Will Smith movie that you could sit in your house and
don't know,
you can
man.
wake up and yawn after prayer. Let me get some coffee. Watch this Will Smith movie now. There's no more running online and saying, yo, dang, I'm late. Shoot, yo, what time? Oh, man, the first 5 minutes already. There's no more of that. Probably for another 4 or 5 more months, bro. I get
Amazon Prime and I get free shipping.
Okay, how much is it? How much is it for?
No, just say I paid one price for the year.
So you getting free shipping too?
And I get to get my stuff within 2 days. You know what I mean? Prime shipping.
Okay.
And I get Prime Video and I get Amazon Music.
So you're coming at my cousin Netflix because they're not giving you no free shipping. They don't got Netflix Prime
You're
sell
paying
stuff.
extra for 4K content. You know that, right?
Okay, but why is Prime richer, Amazon Prime richer than Netflix as a company? Why are they wealthier? They're $1 trillion company, bro. That's just two different situations.
But look at what you're getting.
Uh-huh.
Look at how much you're getting.
Okay.
You know, the shipping, the music, the video.
Right.
You know what I mean? And since I've had Amazon Prime, I think they've only raised their price once.
Okay.
They've only raised their price once, Amazon Prime.
I believe it.
You know what I mean? So, but Netflix, this is like the third time, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can they do it? Yes. Or do they have the right people at the board table talking about this situation right now like we're talking about it? Yes. What are they doing with that $50 to $80 that they're not spending going to the movie weekly or every 2 weeks or throughout the whole month, especially if you have kids? Say if you got 2 kids, wife, yourself, right? Or the wife, the husband, whatever. Think about how much money they're saving. They're like, they could pay an extra $1 or $2. Trust me, a lot of people are saying, yeah, well, all right, whatever. But there's a lot of people, of course, who's going to say, nah, man, that's not right. God knows why they're saying that's not right, But probably they're saying that's not right because they have Prime, they have Netflix, they have Stars, they have HBO Max. I mean, they have it all. And
don't get me
they're
wrong.
like, man, I set this to a point where I'm paying $90 for all of this together. No more. I'm not paying $92. I'm not paying the extra $2.
So let's see, let's say you get the premium package.
Uh-huh.
That's $18 a month.
Okay.
Times 12 months.
Okay.
What'll be at there?
18. So $18. All right. I used to be fast at math, but you guys be all right.
Time.
$18 times
12.
Times 12 equals $260.
$260 a year.
$216
$216 a year
Right.
on Netflix.
Right.
And Prime is cheaper.
Right. And I believe you could buy it for a whole year, straight up,
Cheaper price than
for a cheaper price. Yeah,
I gotta check it out.
yeah. Like they do it. They be like, yo, but for a whole year we'll knock off $40 or $30. They do it. It's there. I ain't gonna look. It's there. But my thing is this: if you're telling me Will Smith be like, yeah, I need $60 million for that movie, and he's that actor, we got to say to ourselves, yo, we gotta pay for that. And guess what? They're gonna pay for it. You know, there's still a couple of actors here and there who don't get their fair share of money, but there's still some actors on Netflix who's getting $50 million. Believe that. So they got to make just do. And the movie theaters are still down. They won.
They opened up for like 2 weeks and then they closed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just me. I don't like to be taken advantage of especially when it comes to the bread. You know,
I get it. Yeah, of course.
You
Of
know
course.
what
I
I mean?
get
And
it.
like-
I mean, that's not
and
fair.
and it's not fair. And I feel like people deserve to get their money's worth.
So you're thinking Netflix
Do you
is not
get-
giving them their money's worth? We
Compare-
watch shows, we'd be like, what show is this? I'm going to binge watch it now. Yeah, you send it to me like, I've never heard of this show. That's not enough. Netflix, I
mean-
support you.
No, I'm like, yo, I feel like, I wouldn't even want to, I don't like, price compare, but, it has to come to a point, like, the trains, the buses, like, everything just keeps going up, going up, going up. You know what I mean? The economy, like, it gets getting rough out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the moment it's getting, okay, now I agree with you.
Yeah.
The moment those are happening, because it is happening.
It is happening.
And people probably going to lose their unemployment. It's happening. Grace of God, they do something
like,
before.
I need that Netflix. I need some of that stimulus money. You know what I mean? I need
yeah,
that.
you're right.
I need,
now
yo,
I agree with you. Now I agree. I
what I
agree
mean?
with you. There's a lot of people going through it still. Yeah. See, now that's tough. They should wait after like February to do
It's
something
COVID
like this.
time. People are
Yeah.
out of work. People are not making money.
Yeah.
People are sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
now you got
that's
it.
the
You
way
won.
that's the way I see it on that life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you won the conversation, bro, because that's what it is. That's what's happening. There are people who are going
Who's
through
down?
it.
People are down and out. Who like the one joy they do have is their Netflix,
Right.
and to support
Every
their
dollar counts.
Yeah, who can't go to the movies, and they have kids.
Right.
They have that's the only entertainment that they have.
Right.
It seems like Netflix knows that this is the only entertainment they have,
Right.
and they're still gonna raise the price.
Tough.
But such is life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such is life, and we move forward in life, and we're gonna get over it.
Yeah, we're gonna get. Yeah, it's gonna give it a day.
Give it a day.
Whenever this pops up, really, and it blows up on Instagram and Facebook, give it a day, and then a day later, everything will calm down. But you're right. You're right, man.
So
Thank God
who
Donald
you
Trump
have?
is gone.
Who
My
do you
bad.
feel has the best network right now, as far as movies and shows?
Netflix,
Netflix. Who's your runner up?
Yeah.
Who's your runner up?
Prime. Prime is solid, man. There's a couple of solid shows that I like on there, but
If I say
Netflix got it, man.
Prime's gonna take number one.
It depends what. What do they need?
Prime had Borat.
Okay,
Prime is gonna have Coming to America 2
we'll talk about that next week, though.
next week.
Next week. That's Dre. You better be here next week, fam. No excuses, y'all. No more movies.
No more,
No more late night movies.
no more 10-day vacations, bro.
but it's a big conversation next week. I feel like there's so many shows, so we gotta point out what shows are on Prime and what shows that are on Netflix that people be like, I have to have that because of that show or movie. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Then we'll get to that point.
Yeah.
So look, you know who we are. If you don't know, it's me, Ern B.
That's your boy King Karim.
Andre couldn't be here because he's still sleeping. So next week we'll be talking more about Netflix and Prime.
We got to get into it. Yeah, we got to see, and we got some other runner-up. We got HBO Max almost right behind them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
guess.
we got Disney Network. We got HBO. We got Stars.
Yeah. Lovecraft stopped for me on HBO, so now it's like, what else is there again?
You gotta look. You gotta
Yeah,
look.
we gotta look. That's it. We gotta look, right? But HBO's forever, But we'll talk about that next week.
20 turning to 30. We out.
Yo, happy holidays, everybody.